You click this video because you feel deep in your stomach something that no one is talking about. The dark side of weed addiction. The darkest part about this habit is all the good things that it's holding you back from. Stick around to the end because I'm going to share with you a free course to learn how to stop smoking pot and get high on life. And all this while making progress towards the goals that pot might be holding you back from. Slap that like button and let's get into it. My name is Devin Fitzpatrick. I'm a licensed social worker and therapist, passionate about helping people to thrive in sobriety through healing, growth, and transformation. I experienced my own battles with addiction, along with the gifts that freedom from it brings. The path of recovery is not always easy, but if you stick with this path of progress towards your new life, it is worth it. You likely have friends or even family who say that weed is harmless and it becomes normal. You look around and everyone's doing it, and you don't get a good look at what life outside of the fog is like. What they don't tell you is how chronic weed use affects your motivation, your mood, mental clarity, problem solving, delayed gratification, frustration tolerance, and all of those high-powered cognitive capacities that help you achieve the goals that you want to achieve. Whatever you can accomplish smoking weed, it's likely that you can accomplish 10 times more with a clear mind and a full tank of energy. If this is resonating with you so far, and you're thinking of a friend who may benefit from it, copy this link and send it their way at the end. Smoking weed is not physically addicting in the same way that alcohol or opiates are, but it is very much psychologically addicting. When we smoke weed, it dumps a ton of dopamine into our bodies in a way that our brains aren't quite made to handle. And so it hijacks our reward system and takes up a ton of space of what matters, what's motivating. And things that used to be really important to us aren't quite as important anymore. You might find yourself using more and more as the brain gets used to that level of dopamine, and when you aren't high, you don't feel that good. It's not fun being sober. Over time, life starts to lose its color. Things aren't as funny. We don't feel as connected and in the moment because our brain has learned to rely on this outside source to feel those good feelings. And when it's not there, it's not there. Merry Wonderful can be like a toxic relationship where it's not so bad that it's obviously time to leave, but you aren't feeling so good, and so you try to cut down or quit and find yourself pulled back into it. Have you had this experience before? Drop a comment down below. Maybe someone will resonate with your story, or you'll find some there that resonate with you. Some people are prone to intense anxiety or even psychosis with chronic heavy use, like linking up, expecting a good time, and it blew up into something you didn't see coming, and for some reason, find yourself going back to. Here's the thing, my friend. That isn't you. That's your biology. And a substance, which can be good, it's not all bad, not for all people, but when it's not respected or maybe plugs into an allergy that some people have, the same with peanut butter or shellfish, which has now become a liability instead of the asset that our brains have tricked ourselves into thinking that it is. I remember arguing to the death that weed was helping me. I needed it. Even after I quit, the first day out of treatment, I was back to it. And then I'd get sober for a month and feel so terrible that I went back to something I knew would work. And over and over. 3 months, 6 months, a year. Eventually, those terrible feelings would rise up inside because life sober was so much harder than having this crutch to rely on. You see, beneath the tendency to over-rely on marijuana for feeling good, for having that energy, that motivation, the creativity to feel present and in the moment, there's often deeper issues. Fortunately, there's a lot of ways to build up that sense of vitality and well-being without relying on weed. And through this lifestyle, we optimize our biology for peace, clarity, joy, connection, and motivation towards building the life we've been dreaming of all along. Weed acts on the natural built-in pathways that our body already has, and we can tap into them in ways that build our lives up instead of tearing it down, that help us stay motivated instead of motivated for a bit and then less motivated than before. Feel that natural sense of peace, contentment, and satisfaction with life instead of, woo, this is so cool, this feels good, and then, I don't even want to get out of bed. Let me hit this joint, and then I can start the day. Things like meditation, exercise, healthy eating, setting and pursuing meaningful goals, and then seeing the reward that comes with it. Living a life of contribution, connecting with a higher sense of purpose, and many other ways that help us feel better sober than we ever did when we were getting messed up. If you'd like to learn more, click the link in the description below to download the LifeFlow app and get started with the Feel Good Sober course for free.